Move over, big schools. The little guy is crashing the playoff party. Gulliver is making a special appearance in the state 2A Final Four, led by quarterback Buck Ortega, but carried by tailback Sean Taylor.
Sean has had an outstanding year, and to say that we need him in the game would be an understatement. Last week against Chaminade, he came out one play, and that was on a kickoff because he had just scored on an 86-yard run.
My offensive line plays a big part in that. They create the holes for me to run through them. I just have to run through them and make something happen. This is as far as we ever win in school history, so yeah, more and more they're getting like jumpy, or like want to come see the game. Yeah, not really. They always been there, So now they're finding ways to get there no matter what.
We've had alumni come back for the game. Kids that I coached 10, 15 years ago here have been coming back out, and they're really happy. Before this year, we've never gone this far, so they're thrilled.
What's the difference been from last year to this year? Because last year you went to the second round.
This year, this team has been about game day. Everything's serious, From the time the ball is kicked off to the time the whistle's blown. We've been playing hard, fighting hard, so it's been a big turnaround.
I think the difference, if there's one difference in last year's team and this year's team, is our kids this year are playing like a team. They don't care about the stats and the numbers.
Taylor is the Raiders' first offensive option, rushing for over 1,300 yards in the regular season, plus 550 in the playoffs. And he's also the last line of defense for the Raiders at free safety.
Team's key on Sean quite a bit, but they still have to stop him. And I would be crazy not to get him the ball as often as we do.
What's more fun to you, playing free safety or tailback?
I like both, I like the ball to be in my hands to let me be able to do stuff, and I like hitting people when they catch the ball, coming out the backfield, making interceptions. Just like everything I could do to make the mood of the game change,
When you're back at free safety, do you feel like, man, you better not throw my way?
I just say don't cross the middle. That's a no pass zone. I'll hit you and let you know I'm there. And then, the next time when you're looking for the hit, I'll just finesse you and go get the ball. You got to have aggression on defense. You got to be stingy and not want to give up anything. And that's one thing our defense has been. It's been stingy on the ground game. You can pass the ball a little flat here, a little flat pattern there, 5, 10 yards, but you're not going to hit the big play on, especially on the ground.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him playing on Sundays after a while. After his 4 years of college, he's big enough. He's got the size of defensive backs in the NFL right now, and he really hasn't reached his potential in the weight room. Once he gets into a Division I program and into the weight room and everything, and they work on his speed and size, he's going to be outstanding.
Vici. 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 Vici.
First, let's start with the team from the South, Gulliver Prep, and they have a young man. You could call him the man-child. You could call him the specimen. His given name is Sean Taylor.
And he wears number 1, and a lot of people can wear number 1, but only Sean Taylor can mean it, Sean. Leading scorer of this Gulliver Prep team, 41 touchdowns so far this year, and he gets it done by catching and running the football. But it's over on defense where he's equally as impressive. 9 interceptions so far this season, the regular season, 2 interceptions in the playoffs, and he brings over that offensive power to the defensive side of the ball. He's returned 3 of those for touchdowns.
They're going with what got him here. Sean Taylor on the toss sweep. And Taylor knocked out of bounds, but not after he picks up a first down. Sean Taylor, 6'3", 210 pounds.
Sean, watch number 19, Jonathan Warshaw. Boom, he's right there at the top. Comes back with a great crackback on the outside linebacker, and that allows Sean to do something with it now.
It's going to be a reverse. Rashard Dudley. And Dudley meets Sean Taylor.
Or you run a razzle-dazzle play like this little reverse right here, but a good job. Good turnaround. Gulliver Prep defense thought they'd sit on the bench for a little bit, but they come out, and there's Sean Taylor coming across the field. Great play in the sudden change to hold right there. You can really lull a defense to sleep a lot of times the first play back out on the field after a big turnover like that.
Mathis, it looked like some miscommunication. Now he's going to try to keep it. He's going to be brought to the ground, but he's going to be very close to a first down. How about Mathis? It looked like the throwback to Taylor. There's a flag on the play. Taylor breaks the tackle. And Taylor across midfield, but hang on a minute. This might be coming all the way back. If it stands, it was a 23-yard gain. It's gonna stand. The penalty being assessed against Mariana.
Territory.
Ortega nearly fumbles the snap. Ortega looking for a block from Sean Taylor, and he's going to get it. Second and goal. Taylor over the top. Reminiscent of last week. Touchdown, Gulliver.
Well, this is 2 plays ago. It's Sean Taylor, a little bit of confusion, but he's still fighting. Decides to go clear the traffic for his man Buck Ortega to get him down to the goal line. And then the very next play, nice little surge there by the Mariana defense, but you've got to time it up and go up top. As a linebacker, you've got to...
It's finished off by Sean Taylor's 1-yard run. Sky kick, it's up in the air, and it's on the ground. Sean Taylor recovers. Now he's going to return it, but he cannot. It's a muff, but that is Gulliver ball.
Sean, you've got to fair catch this football. Look at it. All you have to do, David Jones, number 25, this guy, there he is right there in your screen. All he's got to do is wave his hand. He gets guys around him who they can really take him out. Once he touches that ball, if he doesn't fair catch it, and that's just what they do. A great job. A good...
There's Dudley, Sean Taylor.
Oh, we're going to have to keep an eye on those two throughout the day. A little bit of smack still. They respect the speed of Sean Taylor.
Wow, are those DBs even in Alachua County?
nice little cushion.
They're pretty far back.
You've got to see that and take advantage. Still a big cushion right now. Just run the hitch and try to make that move in open field. Here they go with it.
The hitch out to Taylor. Dickens makes the tackle, but not after. Taylor picks up the first down. And you called it, James. Run the hitch.
Run the hitch. If you're going to play 12 yards off, I'm going to run that hitch all day long, because then you get it's one-on-one. That cornerback's on an island, and he's got to...
A deeper sky kick. It'll be handled by Mathis, and Mathis is met by Sean Taylor. I guess he's got his wind back. Oof.
Well, I'll say he's got his wind back. This guy is everywhere on the football field. And just a great open field tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is to run down full speed on kickoff or punt, and to come under control and make a tackle. He doesn't even hesitate. Two players that really got him here.
Ortega, he's going to throw back. He has a wide open Sean Taylor. Touchdown, Gulliver. There is a flag. This will probably be assessed against Taylor for celebrating. Nobody goes with him.
Lined up as the tailback, and everybody went with the flow the other way. Ortega turning it around and finding Sean Taylor. The closest guy to him was the defensive end, Cornelius Dixon, and that's not his responsibility out there. And if it is, something's rotten in Denmark, because Cornelius Dixon can't hang around with the likes of Sean Taylor. You've got to put a linebacker or a defensive back on this man, and he's wide open. That's probably the easiest touchdown of this season, his 42nd touchdown. 42, Sean. 42.
Real estate champs, baby.
Kicking off. And they're going to kick it deep. And it's going to be handled by Sean Taylor at the 2. Taylor on his feet. And gets down to the 36, a 34-yard return. Top of your screen, and they get it out to him. First down. And it just seems the more we go on in this game, the stronger Sean Taylor gets. 13-yard pickup.
Well, here it is. You saw it late in the first half. We called for it, and this is what it's going to be there all day until Mariana decides to come up and do something about it. But when you're playing soft on a guy like Sean Taylor, you get the ball out to him on the quick hitch and then let him do his damage after the catch. And I'd keep doing it until it works. You just have to be patient. Come up with another big play right here.
All sorts of confusion. Ortega, he throws it. He gets it out to Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor juking and jiving. And Taylor in motion. Ortega, he's in trouble. Ortega gets a block. Ortega throwing to the end zone. And Sean Taylor hauls it in. The man-child. Scoring the touchdown.
Now let's watch Sean Taylor. They send him out in motion. And about 20 seconds later,
I'm open! I'm open! Throw at me!
hey, there will be no temper tantrums thrown in the swamp, Sean Taylor. He was open,
man.
And he wanted everybody to know it. And finally, Buck Ortega.
That was great!
Oh, that is good stuff. Sean Taylor, he knew he wanted that touchdown, and he finally got it. And it was sometime later, but you can't say enough about these two guys, number 1, number 3, and then all those big dogs along that offensive line. Regular speed. We didn't speed this up. Watch how quick the feet are, and it's a shame you finally see it just doing a dance. But let's just watch Sean Taylor. Sean, that looks like it's fast forward. It looks like it's fast forward. He'll go, but the touchdown out of that drive has got to be heartbreaking.
Mathis gets it out to Chris Hardrick. And Hardrick down to the 30. The pitch to Dudley. Dudley breaks a tackle. Sean Taylor hog ties him.
Missed tackle by Peter Simon, you'll see, but there's the missed tackle by Simon, but it's number 11 that turns him back inside and gives guys like Gonzalez and finally Sean Taylor his offense.
Taylor on the toss. Flags on the play. And then we have another flag, and we might have a late hit. There's a penalty against. Here comes Taylor.
Got the stiff arm working, old school style, takes him out and turns that corner. Now he's out of bounds, and here comes Ziegler. And, oh, Waterboy getting into the action.
Back in there and gets the ball back. Dudley making his own hole. Picking up.
Dudley gets this ball. It's Delau. He runs through about 4 or 5 tackles, and then it's Sean Taylor. You might get through the first wave, but it's always Sean Taylor. Why is it these two? You always see face mask to face mask, number 1 and number 5. And some more words being spoken. Two great athletes giving it all and going after each other a little bit today.
Dudley drilled by Sean Taylor.
Here it is again, back and forth, and you got to think Sean Taylor's just roaming that field, just trying to hunt down number 5, and every time those two helmets come together, there are words spoken.
I get the feeling that Sean Taylor a little upset that Rashard Dudley got 2A Player of the Year.
Maybe so.
He's making his case tonight, that's for sure. Dudley is thrown out of bounds, and out come the flags, and you had a feeling this was brewing. Taylor and Dudley have been jawing the whole game, and Taylor, a little extracurricular activity, throwing Dudley out of bounds.
This is Sean Taylor's 11th tackle of the day. And Sean, look at him separate from the blocker, the receiver down the field. And a little bit, these two have been going back and forth all day, but you make a nice play and you ruin it by throwing him down at the very end.
Gulliver's going at the, Mariana's going at the Scribe like they have another quarter to play. Sean Taylor nails Rashard Dudley as he tried to haul in the pass.
Here, a little throwback back across the field to Dudley. And watch Sean Taylor come in at the end. Boom! Tries to take his head off, makes him pay. There's another look at it.
There's Charles Davis. He got a first-hand view of that one. The Gulliver Prep Raiders have concluded a 14-1 season with the...
Sean, did ever at one time you feel you were out of the game at all?
No, we knew we had it. We just had to keep on putting points on the board and stopping them on defense.
So a small school on a big stage, did you feel you had to show up this time?
You know, we just had to come out and do what we did every game, and that's play hard and work hard and just follow through, man.
So this thing, you feel you could, this is the way to attack your season now, right?
This is the way to end it. You know, that's what every high school person wants to win is a state championship, and we did it.
How does it feel?
Great, man. Great.